Hello guys, it's me again, Rosen Agape, A. Kalang. And I'm here again to report uh, Karen Horney, personality theory. O, hulaan nyo na lang kung uulitin ko o itutuloy ko na lang sa naiwan ko last week. Siyempre, tutuloy ko para sa inyo at para kay Ma'am Mitch. Ayan, I will try my best to edit yung PowerPoint sa video ko kasi I cannot, basta. Pag wala po akong ma-edit na PowerPoint, ay sunod na lang kayo sa PowerPoint. Buksan nyo na lang sa cellphone yun eh. Ayun. Sige. First, sino nga ba si Karen Horney? Sige, kilalanin natin si Karen Horney. Karen Horney or Karen Danielsen Horney ay ipanganak sa Elbeck, small town sa Germany noong September 15, 1885 at siya lang ang anak ni Bernd Danielsen and Clotilda Uvan Ronzelen Danielsen at mas manantay yung tatay ni Karen. Ayun, so sinabi dito si Karen daw ay hindi masayang bata or basically ang kanyang family ay disoriented or complicated. So, hindi siya masaya, hindi siya parang nakareceive ng proper treatment or ng good treatment from her parents. That's why nabuo niya itong theory na to. Karen ay isa sa mga first woman na nakapag-enroll sa University of Freiburg ng medicine. Kasi before hindi siya pinayagan mag-enroll as physician. Ayun, so namatay naman siya due to cancer noong December 4, 1952 at 65 siya nun. So, kilalanin natin or alamin natin ano nga ba ang theory ni Karen Horney. Ang kanyang theory ay psychoanalytic social theory because there are other personality na psychoanalytic theory. So, ang kay Horney, ang kagandahan kay Horney ay madali lang siya actually. Ay meron, sinasabi niya dito na merong impact ang social at lalo na ang childhood experiences sa pagbubuo ng personality ng isang tao. So, the psychoanalytic social theory of Karen Horney was built on the assumption that social and cultural conditions, especially childhood experiences, are largely responsible for shaping personality. People who do not have their needs for love and affection satisfied during childhood develop basic hostility towards their parents and as a consequence suffer from basic anxiety. Ang sinasabi lang dito ay ang mga bata daw na hindi maganda ang kanilang domestic environment or ang kanilang parang situation sa family ay magkakaroon or magde-develop ang basic hostility sa bata, which is unconscious. Hindi pa aware ang bata dito sa kanyang basic hostility. Which can lead to basic anxiety later on, when they grow up. Meron pa dito ang sinasabi, Horney versus Freud. Because kay Freud, ang sinasabi niya, ang psychoanalytic daw, ay innate sa instinct at parang sa personality ng tao. So, ang ano naman, ang kay Horney, sinasabi lang niya dito is merong others makaka-affect sa personality ng isang tao, which is yun nga yung childhood experiences niya, yung cultural and social environment niya na nagkakaroon ng impact sa personality ng isang tao. So, ayun nga, speaking of culture, ano nga ba ang impact ng culture sa isang o sa personality ng tao? Sige, Alman, magbibigay ako ng sample, pero basahin ko muna. Although Horney did not overlook the importance of genetic factors, she repeatedly emphasized cultural influences as the primary basis for both neurotic and normal personality development. Modern culture, she contended, is based on competition among individuals. Sabi dito, everyone is a real or potential competitor of everyone else. Tama naman. Competitiveness and the basic hostility is it spawns result in feelings of isolation. These feelings of being alone in a potential hostile world lead to intensified needs for affection, which in turn cause people to overvalue love as a result. Many people see love and affection as the result of all their problems. So, ayun nga, sinasabi is, when a person, parang sa love lang sila nagbe-base lahat to resolve their problem, parang ito na lang yung basis nila para, yun nga, masolve yung problem na love. Hindi. One of the example of this culture is utang na loob. Sabihin na natin. And why? Sabihin sa parents, sa mga bata, na there are some people who o sinasabi nila na may utang na loob ang mga bata to them. For example, gawin niyang retirement plan, gawing parang, you know, sa culture natin na ay, ipinanganak kita, bayaran mo lahat yan, lahat ng pagsipag ko sa'yo, bigay mo sa alay. Now, to a child or to a teenager, which can cause basic hostility or basic anxiety because from the pressure they receive from their parents, di ba? Ayan pa yung one of the impact ng culture sa theory ni Horney. Next, importance of childhood experiences. Horney believed that neurotic conflict can stem from almost any developmental stage, but childhood is the age from which the vast majority of problems arise. Horney hypothesized that a difficult childhood is primarily responsible for neurotic needs. Sinasabi dito, ang malaking influence daw in developing someone's personality ang kanyang childhood experiences because sa edad na kabataan siya, marami siyang na-experience na pwedeng ma-develop sa kanyang pagtanda. Sinasabi dito is all ang neurotic needs, ibig sabihin ng neurotic or yung neurosis is that a mental or emotional disorder according to Horney. So these needs become powerful because they are the child's only means of gaining feelings of safety. Nagkakaroon daw itong neurotic needs ay parang kumukulo sa kanilang loob because ito na lang yung chance nila na para ma-feel or ma-achieve ano yung gusto nilang ma-achieve before na hindi talaga nila naranasan yung childhood nung bata pa sila. Sabi dito is these needs become powerful because they are the only child's only means of gaining feelings of safety. Nevertheless, no single early experience is responsible for later personality. Horney cautioned that the sum total of childhood experiences brings about a certain character structure or rather starts its development. So, merong certain na parang na-form na personality from their childhood experiences according to Horney. Ano nga ba ang basic hostility and basic anxiety? Basic hostility is like a result from childhood experience or childhood feelings like rejection, neglection from their parents or yung abuse. Yan, yung basic hostility or sinasabi natin o galit na which can lead to basic anxiety na kapag ay ang basic hostility na yan ay sumobra o lumala, magkakause yan ng basic anxiety. At itong basic anxiety naman na to ay pwede rin maging result from parental threats or a defense against hostility or against their, their feelings. Horney believe that each person begins life with the potential for healthy development, but like other living organisms, people need favorable conditions for growth. Dito sa table natin, meron tayong makikitang defenses against anxiety, no? Normal defenses and neurotic defenses. These neurotic traits na I will talk about later, normal people can use the three. Pagsabay-sabay yung pwede daw according to Horney. However, neurotic persons or neurotic people can only use one neurotic trends which later on can lead to idealized self-image. At pag nagkaroon ka ng self-image na ito, gusto mo perfect lahat, ganyan kasi nga nasanay ka dun sa neurotic trend na yon, will cause you to self-hatred, no? At yung self-hatred na yon, mamubuot, uulit ka na naman sa basic hostility, na magkakaroon ka na naman ng basic anxiety. At ayun, gagamit ka na naman ng neurotic trends. Ito kasi neurotic na trends na sinasabi ko, these are the defense mechanism used by neurotic people. So let's talk about compulsive drives first. What is compulsive drive? This is about ano ang pwedeng gamitin ng neurotic people to defend their basic anxiety. Sabi dito, isa lang daw. Pwede silang pumili sa isa sa neurotic trends. Moving towards people, moving against people, at moving away from people. Which can lead to, yun nga, idealized self-image. Yun yung compulsive drive na they can only use one. What are the neurotic needs? Sinasabi dito, ano nga ba ang kailangan ng isang taong merong neurosis? Ang neurosis ay mental and emotional disorder, okay? So, sabi dito, meron siyang 10 kailangan. The neurotic need for affection and approval. Siyempre, ang neurotic na tao, kailangan niya ng approval sa society, kailangan niya ng parang affection. Next, the neurotic need for a powerful partner, because they are vulnerable. They are, they're experiencing basic hostility, and which can lead to basic anxiety from people, from society. That's why they need a powerful partner to defend them. Next, the neurotic need to restrict one's life within narrow borders, the neurotic needs for power, the neurotic need to exploit others para makita kung saan ba pwedeng gamitin yung ibang tao to, resolve their basic anxiety or to reduce. The neurotic need for social recognition or prestige, the neurotic need for personal admiration, the neurotic need for ambition and personal achievement, the neurotic need for self-sufficiency and independence, and the neurotic need for perfection and unsaleability. These neurotic needs are sinasabi is to combat basic anxiety. Ito yung parang panlaban nila, ito yung kailangan nila for them to combat or to defend the basic anxiety na nanggagaling nga sa kanilang childhood experiences, sa kanilang how they were treated, how they will, kung paano sila na-treated before. Diba? Nung childhood sila. So, ano nga ba ang mga neurotic trends na sinasabi ko na they can use as defense mechanism? Itong mga neurotic people, no? Sabi dito, as her theory evolved, Horney began to see that the least 10 neurotic needs could be grouped into 3 general categories, each relating to a person's basic attitude toward self and others. In 1945, she identified the 3 basic attitudes or neurotic trends. Number 1, moving towards people. Horney's concept of moving toward people does not mean moving toward them in spirit of genuine love. Rather, it refers to a neurotic need to protect oneself against feeling of helplessness. Etong mga taong to, or itong mga gumagamit na to, ng neurotic trend na to, they are the one na parang compliant, or compliant sila sa ibang tao na they're just gonna say yes, and they're gonna agree, they're gonna please people so that they can receive the affection, the approval that they want from people. That's why they're gonna just, sige, sige, sige. Akong lalapit sa inyo, akong gagawa sa inyo, akong parang ganon. They're pleasing people. Sabihin na natin yun. Para saan? For them to defend or to combat yung basic anxiety na meron sila. They're just gonna parang hindi na sila, for them not to get attacked pag nag-disagree sila, they're just gonna say yes. So that, parang ma-reduce or mabawasan nga yung basic anxiety nila. Next, moving against people. These are so-called aggressive one. Ito yung mga self-entitled, meron silang self-entitlement, palagi nilang sa tingin tama yung ginagawa nila. Just as compliant people assume that everyone is nice, aggressive people take for granted that everyone is hostile. As a result, they adopt the strategy of moving against people. These neurotic people, they have the mindset of the society are against them. They have the mindset of parang ang lahat ng tao ay, against them. So, in order for them to defend or to reduce the basic anxiety they have, they're gonna parang lalaban sila. They're gonna face whatever the society will throw at them. In a parang sabihin natin negative way, because they have this claim nga in their self na they're self-entitled, they're, kaya nila lahat tama sila, ganyan. So, excuse. Next, moving away from people. These are the type na, alam ko, sa classmate ka namin, charing. Ito, in order for them to parang combat basic anxiety, they're gonna move away from people. Ito yung pangatlong trend, moving away from people. In order to solve the basic conflict of isolation, some people behave in a detached manner and adopt a neurotic trend of moving away from people. This strategy is, expression of needs for privacy, independence, and self-sufficiency. Ito ang mga tao na lumalayo na lang sa society, parang pagod na sila, ganyan. Hindi lang sa pagod, parang ihiwalay na lang nila, i-isolate na lang nila yung sarili nila sa society, para nga kahit paano naman bawasan yung anxiety na nare-receive nila, di ba? Or yun nga, to combat the basic anxiety na meron sila. They're just gonna remove themselves from the situation. Next, again, normal people can use the three of these, can use anything of this. However, neurotic people only use one. And, which can lead to, siyempre pag nasanay ka na ito na lang yung ginagamit mo. For example, moving towards people, ganyan-ganyan. Yan na lang palagi mong ginagamit, yan na lang palagi mong ginagawa to defend. Para mabawasan na yung basic anxiety mo, or parang palabang ka na lang, parang moving against people ka talaga palagi, or moving away from people, ganyan, which can lead to the idealized self-image. From the word itself, idealized self-image, binuo mo sa sarili mo because you're doing that trend over and over again. Sabi nga dito, the more basic hostility you have, the more parang sabi na ugly childhood experiences you experience, that will result from basic hostility, na magkakaroon ka ng basic anxiety, at pag meron kang basic anxiety, you will gagamit ka ng trend, neurotic trend, to defend your basic anxiety, di ba? And with this basic, neurotic trend na lagi mong ginagamit, magkakaroon ka ng idealized self-image kung ano nga ba yung parang, ano yung binuo mo sa sarili mo. Na magkakaroon, syempre, nasanay ka na dito, dapat sa tingin mo, perfect ka na, sa tingin mo, parang, ito na lang yung binubuhay mo to defend the, diba? Defend the basic anxiety, which, na magre-result yan sa self-hatred. Later on, we're gonna talk about that. Sabi dito, the idealized self-image, neurotics glorify and worship themselves in different ways. Compliant people, yun ang moving towards people, see themselves as good and saintly. Aggressive people, those people na moving against people trend, build an idealized image of themselves as strong, heroic, omnipotent, and last, detached neurotics, yung mga moving away from people, paint their self-portrait as wise, self-sufficient, and independent. The neurotic search for glory. Ano nga ba ito? Ano tong the neurotic search for glory? Horney referred to this comprehensive drive toward actualizing the ideal self as the neurotic search for glory. In addition to self-idealization, the neurotic search for glory includes 3 other elements. The need for perfection refers to the drive to mold the whole personality into idealized self. Yun nga sinasabi dito, yung pagiging perfect, yung gusto mong parang ma-achieve, lagi perfect, ay makakaroon to ng parang mamumold to yung personality mo, na magkakaroon, however, sometime mabubuo yan into self-image. Neurotic ambition refers to the compulsive drive toward superiority. Yung sinasabi naman dito, yung compulsive drive natin, na magkaroon tayo ng superiority, ay isa din yon na apekto or factors ng neurotic search for glory, kasi nga they're searching or they're looking for their affection, or they're looking for the love, kasi nga din nila experience ng bata sila, di ba? Yun nga yung psychoanalytical social theory ni Horney. Next, drive to vindictive triumph. Sabi ko, its chief aim is to put others to shame or defeat them through one's very success, or to attain the power to inflict suffering on them, mostly humiliating kind. Meron naman dito, gagawin na nila lahat para lang ma-defend ang kanilang basic anxiety, just from to them to get to the top. At yun na yung glory na hinahanap nila, yung parang yun nga, yung superior sila, yung sa tingin nila they can do this, that they will make, that others i-down na lang nila. Neurotic claims. Ano nga bang pinaklaim ng mga neurotics? Believing that something is wrong with the outside world, they proclaim that they are special and therefore entitled to be treated in accordance with their idealized view of themselves. Again, this neurotic claim, sinasabi dito, sa tingin nila tama na sila. Sa tingin nila may mali sa iba. At parang gusto nilang ma-fit sa they want to be treated sa gusto nilang paraan, kasi nga nabuo na yung idealized self-image nila due to the trends na ginagawa nila before. At na due to that trend, I mean, ano bang cause nung trend na yun? Ba't nila ginagawa? Kasi meron silang basic anxiety na nare-receive nila from their childhood experiences na parang finufulfill nila ngayong, parang their present time. Parang hinahanap-hanap nila, ganyan. So, ayun nga, ngayong nabuo mo na ang idealized self-image mo, na meron ka ng fina-follow na principle mo, na parang trend, na palagi mong ginagawa, yun nga yung moving away from people, moving toward people, moving against people, ganyan. Na eventually, magkakaroon ka ng self-hatred kasi nga, you just, sinasabi sa theory niya is parang, eto na lang yung sinundan mo, eto na lang yung ginawa mo eh. Ano nga ba ang 6 major ways in which people express self-hatred? Number 1, relentless demands on the self, which are exemplified by tyranny of the should. Parang eto na yung dinidemand mo yung sarili mo na dapat mong gawin, kung ano dapat talagang gawin, kahit parang hindi mo talaga kaya, ganun. Next, merciless accusation, constantly criticize themselves. Parang bawat kilos na lang, parang ginajudge mo na yung sarili mo, ganyan. Na, again, iikot na naman tayo sa basic hostility and basic anxiety kasi nga, meron ka ng self-hatred eh. O ano pa? Self-contempt, belittling, disparaging, doubting, discrediting, and ridiculing oneself. Basically, ang self-hatred, ito na yung pambubulit sa sarili mo. Ayun. Self-frustration, frequently bound by taboos against enjoyment. Parang, example is, I don't deserve a new car. I must not wear nice clothes because many people around the world are in rags. Parang, you're, sinasabi, hindi mo deserve yung ganyan. Kaya deserve mo naman. Charing. Next, self-torment. Main intention is to inflict harm or suffering on themselves. Ito na yung yung sinasaktan mo yung sarili mo. Ganyan, self-torment. And self-destructive actions. And impulses carried out in actions or enacted only in the imagination. Overeating, abusing, alcohol, drugs, working too hard, driving recklessly, and suicide. Yun na yung pinaka-worst, suicide. Meron namang solution, no? Based sa napag ko pong video, they refer to a psychologist, but social worker, I think pwede rin naman, di ba? Ano nga ba ang psychotherapy? Help the patient gradually grow in the direction of self-realization. Parang iparealize, as yung mga gumagawa ng intervention for this type of parang problem na may may neurosis, I mean. Ito yung sabihin natin na iparealize natin na somehow, I mean, mali ang pag-i-stay or mali yung mga parang ginagawa nilang ways or mali yung parang pagre-rely nila sa isang trend, which is nga yung tatlo. Na kasi nga, 'di ba? Sabi ko kanina, if parang you depend na lang sa isang trend na to, meron ka ng self-image at which can lead to self-hatred. That's why we need to let them realize na parang pigilan natin sila na mag-rely sa trend na to or sa compulsive drive nila. Give up their idealized self-image, abandon their neurotic search for glory, and change self-hatred to an acceptance of the real self. Ito yung sinasabi ko kanina na cycle siya, di ba? Since it's present time, our childhood experiences, hindi natin magagalaw yan eh. Nangyari na yan sa atin. Mamaya may advice ako sa mga future generation. Sorry. Ngayon sa atin, syempre, we cannot do anything from our past na nangyari na yan. Meron tayong childhood experiences, naranasan natin ng psychoanalytical social theory, ganyan. Na nabubuo sa atin nabubuo yung, yung personality natin, at parang meron na tayong, nagiging tayong neurotic. Not tayo. Mayroong mga nagiging neurotic pala. May mga nagiging neurotic na nagde-depend na lang sa, trends na nagkakaroon nga ng basic hostility and basic anxiety. Nagagawin nila yung trends to combat this basic anxiety. At pag nagawa nila tong trend na to, ito na yung binild nilang idealized self-image. At ulit na lang ako, di ba? Na pag meron silang self-image na to, nakaroon silang self-hatred because nobody's perfect. Kasi nga ang self-image na to, perfection yan. Kasi yan na lang yung pinalo ng principle, di ba? Parang, as sa mga gumagawa ng intervention or sa gagawa ng intervention, we must do or we must let them realize to change their ways or parang syempre, normal na yan, meron ka ng basic hostility, naranasan mo na yan kasi nga sa experiences mo. So, wag nating hayaan na maging neurotic tayo. So, for parents out there, sa mga families, dapat treat your children's good. Kasi nga kayong Fortnite, di ba? Nagsisimula sa childhood experiences yan. So, treat your children's fair na, not fair. Parang with love, with affection, para hindi nila maranasan yung, lack of love, affection, and emotional, gano'n. Parang hindi nila maranasan, para hindi sila maging neurotic, para hindi sila magkaroon or gawin yung neurotic trends na yan. Kasi ang, di ba, neurotic trends, defense from basic anxiety, kasi they're searching sa mga hindi na experience ng bata sila. Ayun. Self-understanding accompanied by emotional experience and dream interpretation and free association. Ayun! Thank you, guys. Psychotherapy is just basically the interventions we're gonna do for our client, for our neurotic clients. Ayun, conclusion. Ang psychoanalytic social theory ay sinasabi ni Karen Horney, ang ating personality ay nabubuo sa childhood experiences. At when we're lack of love and affection, nagkakaroon tayo ng basic hostility, na pag lumala, basic anxiety, at pag meron tayong basic anxiety, syempre we're gonna have neurotic needs, yun nga yung 10. At pag meron tayong neurotic needs, syempre gagawa tayo ng as neurotic, yung mga neurotic people, meron silang compulsive drive. Isa lang yung sabihin, they have this one requirement to only choose in the neurotic trends na 3. Moving towards people, moving against people, and moving away from people. And kapag itong 3 na to ay pumili ka ng isa at yun na lang ginawa niya, magkakaroon siya ng self-idealized image or idealized self-image. At kapag meron siyang self-idealized self-image na yun na lang yung pina-follow niya every time, since perfect siya, ganyan-ganyan, parang ginawa niyang perfect sarili niya, although we're not perfect, kahit gawin pang perfect sarili mo, ay magkakaroon ka ng self-hatred. So, basically, yun lang naman ang theory ni Karen Horney. Sinamaris ko lang. Thank you!